The Uchiha clan has been described as godlike with their Gekkei Genkai, but they may be more godlike than you know. Hey guys, it's sphamedia here, and today I thought I'd entertain yous a little bit by telling yous the connections between the Uchiha clan and the Shinto religion. We all know that their most powerful moves are Susanoo, Tsukuyomi, Izanami, Izanagi, and Amaterasu, but very few people actually know why these moves are called the way they are, and very few actually think anything of it. In truth, they're actually 5 of the most significant gods in the Shinto religion, but to understand what I mean, we have to go back to the beginning of time, where there are 2 gods, Izanagi and Izanami. The 2 were brother and sister and were tasked to create the earth, but they both fell in love with one another. They had countless children and they all turned out to be gods of certain aspects of nature, but unfortunately when Izanami gives birth to the fire god, she dies from severe burns. She gets welded shut. In grief, Izanagi goes to the land of darkness to try and retrieve his bride. When he finds her, she doesn't want him to look at her, as she'd eaten the fruits of the underworld and started to decompose. She tells him to wait at the entrance of the dark world, and in a few days she'll return with permission to leave and join her husband. But Izanagi's a very impatient god, and using a tooth from the comb in his hair, he creates a torch and goes looking for his wife properly. When he finds her, she's been turned into a gelatinous ooze of flesh, rotting and decomposing, filled with maggots, and in shock and enrage, she tries to catch him and drag him down to the underworld. He barely escapes and he seals his ex-wife with a rock in the darkness, but from the other side of the rock, she curses him. She says from every day from now on, 1,000 humans will die, and in retort, like a boss, he replies with, if you kill 1,000 humans, I will merely create 1,500 more. In an attempt to cleanse himself from the curse that his wife had placed on him, he washes himself in a river. He cleanses his left eye, and this gives birth to the sun god Amaterasu. He cleanses his right eye, and this gives birth to the moon god Tsukuyomi. And when he cleanses his nose, it gives birth to the god of seas and storms, Susanoo. Now at this point, it's not very hard to connect the names of the moves to the names of the gods, but there's a lot more substantial evidence to back this up. For example, in the show, Tsukuyomi is a genjutsu and Amaterasu is a ninjutsu, meaning that they're separate. They're also described as antipod, meaning that they're complete opposites, much like the corresponding gods themselves. You see, Izanagi sent his first 2 children to rule the heavens, but after Amaterasu sent Tsukuyomi to represent her at a banquet, and the god that was hosting the banquet presented an arrangement of foods but was produced from its mouth by vomiting, Tsukuyomi was disgusted by this act and saw it as disrespectful, so he beheads the god. Amaterasu finds out what her brother had done and vowed never to set eyes on her brother again, creating the difference between night and day, making them completely separate. Another fun connection is Susanoo inherited his father's sword, the Tetsuki no Tsurugi, which was the blade that was used to kill the fire god that killed Izanami, and it's very remnant of the blade Tutsuka, which is the blade used by Itachi's Susanoo during the fight with Orochimaru. Another story that connects to Susanoo, that would forever resent his siblings Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu, as their father had given them the heavens, and because his father viewed him as an ugly being, he was only given the seas and the storms. But this resentment actually took physical form and grew within Susanoo, giving birth to Aminazaku, the god that hated all things, much like the hatred that was stewed within the Uchiha clan towards its brethren of the Leaf Village, and was represented in physical beings by Madara. My personal favourite connection is when Susanoo redeems himself in the eyes of his siblings. You see, Amaterasu wasn't very fond of her brother because he would often commit hateful acts and trick her, but Susanoo wanted to redeem himself, so he cut the heads off of an 8-headed snake to help Amaterasu. The snake was called Yamata no Orochi, much like the fight between Itachi and Sasuke, where Itachi cuts the 8-headed snake out of Sasuke to free him from Orochimaru, saving him and redeeming Itachi and Sasuke's eyes. But there are a lot of small fun facts connecting them, like Amaterasu being described as the heavenly flame that can't be extinguished, much like the move in the show, which can't be extinguished by conventional means, and the god Tsukuyomi, who's also been associated with the passage of time, which is connected to the fact that when a user uses Tsukuyomi, he has complete control over time in that genjutsu. But the Shinto faith is extraordinarily vast. I could be talking about it for years, so I think this would be a good point to stop this video. If you would like me to make more videos about the Shinto faith, let me know in the comments down below. I could make a video about the origins of the nine-tailed beast that reoccurs in many anime. And if you don't want to miss what's next, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.